What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I hope everyone out there is living life, chasing your goals, dreams, aspirations, whatever it is. Today I'm going to be taking you through how I like to make my poke. I like to have it when it's sunny outside. It's a bit chilly today, but that's alright. And after I have my saunas, super nutritious, real easy, simple and quick. So nothing more left apart from getting into it. Step one when you're making food is to always wash your hands. It seems like the easiest step, but it's crazy how many people forget about it. I've got short grain sushi rice here. I also like to use Australian medium grain. I find the shorter grains are a lot meatier and just way more delicious than your normal basmati and jasmine. Those different grains are used for different things and I like switching it up. I've got about like 5 or 6 different rices. Anyway, it's real easy to prepare. I think everyone shies away from short grain rice or sushi rice, and fair enough. So you don't want to wash this too rough. It's just go light. You know, these are quite fragile and small, so treat it like a little baby. You're not going to be throwing a little baby up and down. So we're just going to prepare this, wash this 3 to 4 times until the water runs clear. I see a lot of people wash their rice like this, like how they wash their hands. Don't do that, please. It's gonna, the actual grains of the rice is gonna break and you're gonna end up with a lumpy, starchy mess. It's gonna be just like rice pudding without the pudding, but not rice. You feel me? You know what? That's just rice, bro. Wash and drain, wash and drain. And what we're tossing out all that starch water, washing the starch of the rice. Got my rice all washed up. And guys, one thing that I do recommend when working with short grain rice or sushi rice is please weigh it out. Invest in a kitchen scale, don't use cups, anything like that. This rice is so easy to mess up and I've already had my fair share of messing it up. You weigh it out and you weigh your water and just use 5 or 10 extra mils more than your rice and it comes out perfect every time. So water's in, lids on, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so this is what we're working with. A fresh bluff salmon fillet, skin on bone in. It's a $27 piece of salmon. It is quite expensive, $44 a kg, but I mean, I remember when I first left school, this was like $24.99 for a kg, but it is what it is, guys. If you want to use any kind of cheap alternative, there is other sources of fish, or if you go fishing, you can use that. As well as tuna is also quite nice, but around the similar price point, and I reckon some good salmon will last me a while. We'll probably get 4 or 5 portions out of this one piece alone. This salmon is bone in, and that means we have to remove the bones before we get onto it, which can be a tedious process. I went to another supermarket yesterday. Oh, actually no, I didn't go, but my girlfriend went to another supermarket and I told her to get the, let's try the boneless one. I was like, let's try the boneless salmon fillets. That is $50 a kg. And wow, the convenience, spot on. This convenience was awesome, but thinking about it, I'd rather get more salmon and do a little bit of work. You know, am I gonna be paying less? No, I love salmon and we can get 4 portions out of this like easy as. So all you need is some tweezers. We're gonna find the pin bones, grab and just slowly pull up, and it should come out clean, just like that. You know Mrs. Bellum from Powerpuff Girls? I feel like that character right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the bones out. Look at that. That is a gigantic piece. Next step is removing the skin, which is easy as. I like to get my finger along here, start separating the skin from the flesh, this angle, and we're just gonna slice through. Nothing to it. Skin salmon. Just try that to the side. I like to cut it into cubes. So step 1, third it, make it easier to work with. This real thin piece, easy as. Down the middle twice, flip, and then cut into bite-sized cubes. Bite-sized cubes. Into the bowl. Into the bowl. These bigger sizes, I like to split them horizontally. It's almost like butterflying. Butterfly our salmon. Same thing. 1, 2, and depending how wide it is, you give it an extra cut. And same thing, bite-sized cubes. When you're cutting salmon, you don't want to go all rough and chop. Tip of the knife down, and you're dragging. So I'm dragging 1 cut, 2 cuts, turning, and then dragging into bite-sized pieces. This is where the bones were, and you can see that seam. I'm just gonna cut through that and then slice each horizontally. Do this side because it's easier. And we got a piece, half of that, and then bite size. Half of that, bite size. We're at the thickest piece, and bro, it's exactly the same thing. Half it. This one, they had all the bones. Just exactly the same. Exactly the same. You can see there's a whole lot of salmon. That's gonna make a whole lot of poke, and depending what you chuck in will also depend how many servings that you can get from this. Like no shit, I like chucking red onion, carrot, spring onion, all of that in, as well as frying up the salmon skin, as well as some avo. That becomes like one of the best meals in terms of like portion size. I think the common misconception is when people think, oh, I'm gonna have fish, it needs to be like deep fried, or if I'm gonna have salmon, I need to make it as rich as I can get. I can't have it raw. I can't have sushi because it doesn't really fill me up. Bro, you gotta chuck a whole lot of stuff in. Your cucumber, red onion, white onion, spring onion, as well as some avocado. Chuck all that in, give it a mix up, and then we have one of the best meals out. Trust. We have the cucumber, give this a half. And the thing that I love about poke is with such minimal ingredients, it's really up to you how big you want them. You can have everything bite-sized, you can have big chunks. You know, the customization's up to you. I like to have everything quite small, have a different textures in there. I don't like everything to be exactly the same size because, well, you'll see. A snack for the chef. Spring onion, white, green, in the middle. Half to make it easy to work with, and then half again, and slice. The spring onion whites and the green part, the white part. It's very different in taste and texture. I like to serve this on top, and this I find just gives that brightness, that freshness that our poke needs. But since I use red onion, I don't really need it, or I don't really need as much of it. Next is onion. And I like using red onion because that's just my preference. I know in Hawaii they use the, what onion is it? The sweet yellow onion or the sweet white onion? They have some sweet onion and I think it's a white onion. So what I like to do is remove the core. This is the core of the red onion. This is the core of the red onion. This is like all that strong, pungent flavor. Just toss it that way. Use it for stock or whatever, man. But eating that raw is not fun. And then just basic as, just giving these a slice. Last ingredient, aromatic, is ginger. I've just cut the skin away, and I'm gonna try and use as much of this as I can, probably like that much, just with a microplane. Alternatively, you can use a knife and just cut it up, or if you have the crushed ginger, that is also pretty good. You know, I made that yesterday, talking mad shit about it, but it actually came out pretty solid. Came out real solid. How much do we got? It's like a tablespoon. Nah, we need more. Probably use the whole thing. X amount of ginger. That's probably like a tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons. Let's chuck that in. So I've got all my ingredients just chucked in the bowl. Cucumber, spring onion, red onion, ginger. I'm just gonna give this a mix up. Mix around so the seasonings that I add incorporates throughout like each ingredient, right? First off, go with some salt, a decent amount. So next up is Japanese soy sauce. This is sashimi soy sauce. It's a lot lighter and a lot less saltier than, you know, the normal soy sauce or the Chinese soy sauce. So go for a sashimi soy sauce. The other ones are just like way too salty in my opinion. They can be good if you get a premium one. I mean, if you don't have sashimi soy sauce or you can't find it, go to an Asian grocery. If you can't find it there, then just use whatever soy sauce you have. But this will make it taste even better. Even better. I like to go quite generous, depending how many ingredients there are. And again, giving it a mix around so everything gets coated. If you've been following the video, I've said I'm gonna add avocados, and you're probably thinking like, oh, this guy's adding all the ingredients but not the avocados. It's because if you mix as thoroughly as that, your avos, they're gonna get mushy, bro. So we're gonna cut them up now and then chuck them in. Let's see how ripe they are. Choo! Look at that. Easiest way to get this pip out, you just push the back. Spoon them out. Similar thing with the avos and the fish, we want to drag. So drag however big you want the avos to be. I like to have them quite big because I will still be mixing up the, what's it called, what are we making today? I will still be mixing up the poke, so I'll have them a little bit on the bigger side. And that's just to prevent it from like turning to mush. If you have an ingredient that is quite fragile, keep them a little bit bigger. So we got all the goodies. And we're gonna go in with sesame oil. 1 to 2 tablespoons, depending how much you got in there. And now we're going for the final mix around. The only way to test if your poke is done is have a taste. Guys, don't be afraid to taste your own food. Only you're cooking for yourself. You're gonna make it to your own liking. Let's have a taste, see if we need to add anything more. That's killer, man. Man, I feel spoiled, no shit. Every time I eat this, I feel like I'm the king lord. Just so fresh. I like to leave this to sit, marinate a bit in the fridge for at least like 20 minutes. So I'll come back and I'll have a bowl and we can enjoy it together. This is how we're looking, guys. This is how we're looking. You can see how much you actually get from like, let's take a normal spoon. A normal spoonful and you get a bit of everything. There's so much, plus you're putting this on top of rice. Bro, that's how you make things last. If you were just to eat the protein, the fish itself, you're gonna go broke so quick. Or you're gonna be spending all your money, you're gonna be going to work, spending all your money on fish. Sorry, I'll have another taste. It's like, you know when the food gives you the stink face? That's gas. Every time, man. Every time. Let's check on our rice. Guys, you can see. I don't have to even tell you. Perfect rice. Weigh it out. Invest in a kitchen scale. just go buy kitchen scale. It'll come out perfect every single time. Also, I'll show you what I'll do with the salmon skins. So I've got one from today and two from yesterday. Just in a skillet, a little bit of olive oil. Get one of our salmon skins into the pan. Rub that oil a little bit over. These ones here are a bit of a cheat. I left them in the fridge last night. So no matter what, these are getting crispy. And I'll show you, this one will get crispy too. It will turn out just like salmon chips. Perfect, you don't need to throw them away. So our salmon is all fried up, it's done. You can hear the crisp. And so we're just gonna slice them up. Sometimes they will form their own chips. If they don't, just cut them in half. And what I like to do is chuck them in a bowl with a little salt. Toss them up and the best way to start poke. What I like to do is stack my bowl super high with the rice. Push it down so I can get more rice in there. And just keep going. Ooh, that's probably me. So you can see, how much is that? Like two-thirds, 3/4 of the bowl is filled with the rice. So we got our poke all marinated, and there's nothing to it, guys, apart from just chucking it straight on. You know, I'm not loaded. I'm a full-time content creator. I don't have it like that. So we need to divvy up the ratios a bit. But you can see it's got everything. It's got a bit of that onion, avo, cucumber, a whole lot of salmon. Next we're gonna go with our crunch element, which is toasted sesame seeds. Just gonna sprinkle liberally all over. And it has to be toasted. Normal sesame seeds don't taste like anything. So once we got a decent amount, try that to the side. Spring onion greens and nori. Sprinkle that all over. And so I've seen different kinds of poke online and that, and they use Kewpie mayo, some hot sauce. So I've tried it. I'm not really that much of a fan. I kind of like just the more natural Japanese fusion style. A lot of shoyu, salt, sesame seeds, and nori. This makes it incredible. I mean, you can sub out the sesame seeds for salmon chips. All in all, we're ready to eat. Saturdays are really turning into beautiful days, eh? Like, I was talking mad shit yesterday about Mother Nature, you know, thinking it's gonna be warm, and then not being warm. I think it peaked 10 degrees yesterday, but she's really proved me wrong. Mother Nature proved me wrong by giving us a beautiful day like this. Here's our poke, guys. First spoon, get a little bit of everything. Rice, nori, sesame seeds, salmon. Over here. One of my favorites, no doubt. Accompanying our meal is a New Zealand hard sparkling brand, native, and they supplied us with some lemon and yuzu. I like this as a drink alternative because it's got some alcohol in it, but the macros are pretty sweet. You know, very low in sugar. So let's crack it open. I'll be having this with poke. So I like to make a poke with a lot of Japanese flavors, and lemon yuzu is going to pair perfectly with it. Take another bite.
Wash it down with some lemon yuzu. That's crisp. I had this with a gin and tonic. Wow, one of the best gin and tonics that I had. Also, we got proper crisps. They sent a whole heap of goodie bags. This is their chili and lime tortilla chips. So, if you'd be making ceviche, this will be good, but let's crack it open. I haven't had some of these in a while. And everything Proper Crisp makes is so good. Crazy. And so, we're bastardizing it a little bit, but it's all good. Get a little bit of everything on there and get it in. The flavors definitely clash. That'd be pretty good if it's like with ceviche, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with my feed. So guys, thank you for sticking around. Thank you so much for watching the content. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and there's more videos coming out. Peace.
Let's go.